Hi all. I hope everyone is doing well in this pandemic. It's been really hard for every one of us to cope up with this virus, right? So please stay safe and stay healthy. Now, not wasting much of the time, let's jump on to today's webinar topic. That is AI. Ali, AI powered by recommendation engine. I'm your host for today. My name is Prasenjeet Jena, product manager at Movie. I've been working with Movie for more than a year now. I handle various pods that includes Ali as one of them. So that is the product that we'll be discussing on today's topic. So let's go back to the presentation slide. So before we start with the presentation, I would like to just set up the agenda of this session. I'll give a very minimal introduction about AI. I'll give a very, like everyone knows about AI. What is AI? It's very hot and trending topic, followed by we'll discuss on how AI-based recommendation works. Then we'll talk about a bit about Ali. What are the different use cases that Ali is serving? What is the workflow of Ali? How Ali is currently working? What are the different features we have for Ali? Then what makes Ali unique from others? Then a small demo of Ali, like the product demo. Then we'll talk about our parent company. It's just a short introduction about our company movie. So now, I'll try to keep the presentation very short and crisp so that we can spend more time and go slowly on the product demo. That is the Ali product demo. I'll be showing the demo on our staging server today, and we'll launch it to the market in next 2 to 3 weeks. It's already there, but we're testing it currently. We're fixing some bugs and some known bugs before we launch it to the production server. To be honest, we have a lot of features ready, but we're not able to place it on our current Ali dashboard, which is on our production server. So with this new launch, we'll cover almost all the gaps and all the missing features so that all the business can use our new features and can configure it easily at their end. Now, coming on to AI, when we talk about AI or artificial intelligence, it's nothing but a set of algorithms that require human intelligence, right? So but how do they get that intelligence? Of course through the data that we feed to them. Consider AI as a 3-year-old kid whom you want to send it to kindergarten. They are taught they're not taught directly different papers related to science or mathematics or history or sociology, etc. Like the kids don't know anything, so we have to feed them, we have to spoon feed them from the scratch. So basically what they are taught in kindergarten, they are taught like the basics of the numbers, the alphabets, like to write down 1 2 3 ABCD. Then they are taught how to make sentences, make words out of that. Then they are taught how to use that words to make sentences. So in this way, the kids are trained. Similarly, we have to also train our AI algorithm so that they would be able to learn out of it and they would be able to use that intelligence. It's nothing but you are feeding some intelligence to a machine so that it can predict better. We feed them data, of course, they whatever we feed, they learn on day-to-day basis, get more mature on that, and based on that, they start giving you results. Now we can see AI and almost everywhere. Now AI is taking over everything in the current scenario. Like you can see in Amazon Alexa, which is currently at a voice assistant platform of Amazon. We have Google Assistant. AI has also been used in credit card fraud detection, in in life insurance claiming section, and it is also been used in our recommendation system in Netflix or Amazon or any other big brand e-commerce websites. It has been a different lot of use cases broadly across all the platforms. In case of recommendation system that we'll be talking today, Amazon is using AI to provide a better end user experience for their store, so that each of their customer get a very personalized experience, so that they can get the most out of it from the Amazon store. Netflix is using also the same AI to leverage users to engage more on the content. Like Netflix has a lot of contents. Not all contents will be relevant to you. So they are also using AI so that it can give a very personalized experience. Now, apart from these two, big brands, many other firms, like so be it small or be medium or big, everyone is using AI to solve their own problems and to automate the tasks, right? So now, before I jump on to Ali and its features and all, like let us first understand how AI-based recommendation really works. But before that, let's talk about AI, why it has been used, and what is the difference between the previously used conventional recommendation system and AI-based recommendation system. So in conventional recommendation system, what happens is that the items recommended were basically on what you have viewed previously. Just to give you a simple example, I went to an e-commerce website. I viewed some items related to some apparels, and I viewed some items related to sports section, be it cricket ball or a football, something. So now, based on that, what a conventional recommendation system does, like based on my past experience, like past items I have viewed, it starts giving me recommendation. Like I have viewed sports related items, so it will just give me sports related item recommendation. But in case of AI-based recommendation, it doesn't only consider about what we have viewed recently, but it organizes the data, it analyzes what is your experience previously based on the data that we already have. Like I already have viewed apparel, I have viewed sports or something else. So based on that, what it does, it collages all the data. Then it the algorithm runs behind the scene, which creates a very personalized items for you, which picks it up for you, and they provide you the item so that you will like it better, or engage the user much in a much better way. So that is how AI-based recommendation really works. But when we talk about AI, like basically there are three types of filtering over here that has been done in a broadly manner. One is the content-based filtering, one is collaborative filtering, one is hybrid filtering. Now here, what you can see in content-based filtering, what happens when there is a user and one user is viewing an item, so the similar items is being recommended to the user, like the items that are similar to what the user is viewing. So that is what we are calling it as content-based filtering. But in collaborative filtering, what is happening? There are multiple set of users who must be having similar tastes, similar kind of views, purchases, everything. So based on that, what happens, the items are being mapped so that it will start recommending you what other users are interacting with your system who have a very similar kind of taste. So for example, if user one is purchasing a football, and user 1 and user 2 both are having a similar taste, they like football. So if user 1 is purchasing a brand of football, let's say Puma brand, so to user 2 the Puma brand of the football will be recommended. So it's kind of how other users are behaving in a particular fashion. Now, when I talk about hybrid filtering, it's nothing but a combination of these two, like what other users are viewing, what currently you are viewing, what is the item that you are viewing. So based on all this kind of data, it is mapping it in a very close fashion. It is creating a matrix around it, and the closest pair that is getting matched with the item, it is being displayed to you. So that is how the overall architecture is about how a recommendation really works, so that it can deliver you a better items or better options to the end user, so that the user will like the product or item, and will get and the user engagement will increase. So now, like this is, I told you about how AI in recommendation system works. We talked about a bit of AI. Now coming on directly, the main product that we'll be talking about is Ali. So what is Ali? Ali is nothing but a AI powered recommendation engine that will help you to set up a personalized user experience store in your website or apps. So like it will give based on the data that you provide to Ali, I will get trained. It will create an experience. It will create a matrix of items that will be liked by your end users. So that is all Ali about. Like it's just in simple terms, it's just an AI-based recommendation engine that you can easily hook onto your website or any application that you would like. Now, Ali serves different use cases. It's not restricted to only e-commerce or OTT. Like wherever there is user engagement, wherever you want the items or products or contents to be recommended to your end users, you can use Ali at that place. Like in e-commerce, like if you have a store like Amazon or something, if you want to give an end user experience, you want to give a personal experience, you can use Ali there. If you have an OTT or streaming media or using music, your own music or podcast site, you can hook Ali over there so that it will give you recommendation related to all the contents that you are having. You can also use Ali in any of the media channels or the news or articles, so that it will start giving your end users better articles based on their previous history. Like if someone is reading more about sports, it will give recommendations related to sports rather than giving them something else. Similarly, in edtech platforms, you can use Ali so that the right courses can be recommended to the users who are navigating based on their work experience, or based on what they have studied so far. So based on their user data, it can give you the recommendation. In real estate also, it can be used based on the data that is been fed in. Ali can recommend what flats or houses or buildings can be better suited for the end users. It can be used in job boards, online gaming, travel, and many more. Like, there's no limitations to Ali's use case, so it can be hooked at every different places. And now it's a simple workflow of Ali, like any other platform. The workflow is very simple. What Ali needs is the data. Without data, it won't be able to train, right? So in data, when we talk about data, it's basically we want that is three types of data. One is the user data. In user data, basically what we need is the user, basically user identifier, a unique identifier that defines a particular user, and some other related meta information related to age, gender, or anything that you want to share with Ali. There is no limitation to that. When we talk about product data, that is basically the content data or item data that you will be sharing it to us, so that it based on that, it will recommend the product data to your end users. And third one is of course the behavioral data. The behavioral data would be very much important, because that will track how your end users are interacting with the system, like on which items they are viewing, on which items they are purchasing, or which items they are adding to the cart or anything. So those data are important, because based on that, we can analyze, and Ali can analyze what is the best suited product or item that should be recommended. So post data collection, what happens is the pre-processing part. In the pre-processing part, it's nothing like, but you need to curate all this data to a particular labels. Like you need to map it to each of the data types, which is very simple. Like it should have a proper fixed, a clean data that will be pre-processed, so that that can be used for model training. Like you cannot just train the raw data, but you need to map it and to clean it, so that the good data is inserted to the alley, so that it can get trained and the accuracy will increase. So once the pre-processing is done, you then jump onto the model training part. In the model training part, what you do is basically you select an algorithm. Like there are multiple set of algorithms that we already have in L, that will, of course, I will show you in the product demo. You will select an algorithm, whatever is best suited for you for a particular section. You choose an algorithm, you are done. Then what you need to do is you need to click on next, so that the model gets trained based on the algorithm. You have the data, you selected the algorithm. Now the model starts training, like Ali starts training the data. Then comes the model scoring part. Like I told you in our previous slide, like based on the metrics, it will give you the recommendation, the closest pair that will be there, the highest ranking score, it will give you the recommendation of those items only. And the lowest ranking score will be eliminated. So once you get the recommendation, of course, there may be a need that you want to add some conditions to that. Like you do not want to recommend all the items to your end users. Maybe you want to recommend Just to give an example, if you are running an e-commerce store, you do not want to recommend the low ratings, products to your end users. You want to recommend the ratings of the product which is greater than 3. So you can, add all those kind of conditions, so that based on that, it will again filter out the recommendation list and give you the final output. That is the final recommendations. So this is the overall workflow of Ali, how Ali works. Like from data collection, then it comes to the pre-processing part, then the model is trained, the ranking is found out, then the filtering is happened. If there is any, then the output is delivered to your end users. So this is the overall like workflow of Ali. Then comes the features of Ali. Of course, there are a lot of many features, but I have just jot down the few of the catchy features. So here, like we can train multiple data set. When I talk about multiple data set, that means you can train either single set of data. You can train by adding it multiple times, so that you can hook it at different places with different set of algorithms that you want to use to solve some of your business problems. Or you can add multiple different data, and add your own algorithms, choose your algorithms, and check out how the training is happening. Second part is, of course, like I said earlier, that we have 5 to 6 types of different types of algorithm. Of course, we'll be adding more, so that we are solving a particular problem. And based on the problem that you want to solve, or based on the recommended items that you want to show to your end users, you can choose any of your algorithms that you would like, so that based on that, Ali will get trained and the items will be recommended to your end users. What are those algorithms? Of course, we'll see it in the product demo. And of course, the recommendation has to be in real time. Of course, that's the basic feature of every recommendation engine. Another one part is the cookie-based recommendation. So here, what happens is that if, like, let's say you do not have a user database, like you are an online media industry where you are publishing your articles, and there your users are not logging in or signing up. Like anyone can come in, check out the articles, and go away. So for that also, we have introduced a cookie-based recommendation, so that we to get the user details, we are storing the cookie part. So of course we are compliant with the GDPR rules, but we are showing the cookie part, so that based on that we would be able to give your end users a particular personalized recommendation set, so that they would be also happy to engage more, come back more to your platform to view other articles, and they don't get lost. When I talk about quick and easy integration, of course, I'll give you a demo in 5 to 10 minutes, so that you will, of course, greatly understand how the system works. So it's just 5 to 10 minutes of understanding. And of course, the integration is super easy, because we are, the integration is being done through an API or webhook. So it's super easy. So you do not have to worry about it. It's just, have this job to integrate Ali with any of your system. When we talk about the data security, of course, we take care of that. The data that will be transferred to Ali will be in encrypted format. We are using a different encryption algorithm, so that the data doesn't get lost, or no one gets hacked into the system. So that's the part of data security. And many more other features are there, of course, that you can view it on our web page. And what makes Ali unique? Of course, it's about the simple pricing that we have. It's just $99, and dollar 0.001 per recommendation. That means only $1 per 1,000 recommendation. It's very clear, open. There's no additional cost to that. It's industry agnostic, like I said, like all the use cases, all the different industries can use Ali and hook it at their website application wherever they want to use. Integration is super easy. Of course, the main backend part is ML and deep learning algorithms, through which Ali is being charged up. And the analytics to track your recommendations, like how many number of recommendations Ali has given, how many recommendations has the user has clicked. So all those simple metrics that you'd be able to view. Of course, we will be improving our analytics section in coming days, so that you can get more and more insights of your user engagement on one platform only. So that's about Ali and everything. Now let's jump on to our main topic, that is the product demo. So like I said, that I will be showing this one on our staging server. We are currently testing this one. Of course, we'll be launching it in next 2 weeks. Once all the bugs has been fixed, all the known bugs has been fixed, of course, we'll be launching it so that every one of you can take a free trial. Of course, there is a free trial, and use Ali and check out the new features. So what happens, like when you log in or sign up with Ali, you generally, sorry, so you generally lands up on your dashboard page. So this is the dashboard that you are currently viewing. Here in the top left corner, here you can see dashboard analytics. I'll come on to analytics later. So there you can basically view what are the items has been recommended. On the top right corner, there is a help button. Clicking there will take you to our help article page. If you have any doubt over how to use Ali and all, you can check out our help articles there. And of course, our your account page where you manage all your billing, your subscription related information. So this is the main page that you land upon, and here we'll discuss on that. So what happens here is here you can view is the three types of sample data that we already are providing. So that if you do not have the data in place, or you do not know how to send or how Ali is behaving, you can use any of these three sample data sets to check out how Ali is behaving. So basically you can, the data is already there. We have already fed in. You just need to set up the algorithm, set up the conditions if you want, and view the output. That I will show you. And here is the create dataset icon. Here you can create multiple dataset. There is no restriction in it. How many dataset you want to create, you can create multiple datasets over here. So I have created one dataset over here. So let me just create one more. Let's say I click on create database. I said webinar, and I click on create. Done. My one dataset part is done. So once I create a dataset, I need to import the data over here. Now to import the data, we have two kinds of feasibility in place. One is you can upload the CSV format. Of course, the CSV is very manual; it's not real time. But to test out how Ellie is really working on your product, and you do not want your development team to get involved in this, you can just ask your team like, give me 100, 200 sample data of all these items, where I can just come here and push it over here and play around with it. Like anyone, like you do not have to be very much technical about it. You can, anyone can use this product. So here we have given you three options that is required by Ali. Like I said previously on our slide, one is the user data that is needed, one is the item or product data, one is the interactions data. You can just click over here and upload your CSV file, or you can directly send your data over an API or webhooks. So if I click over here, API webhooks, of course, you will get the unique ID and identifier that would be required for you to send the API details to Ali. All the other information that is required, of course, it will be listed in our developer portal, where you can find all the information related to all the hooks that you need, and all the success messages that is required for a successful integration. So you will find all these details in here. Another part is the JavaScript code, of course, for the behavioral data information that you will be capturing. You just need to copy this one, and you just need to embed it on your website or application anywhere. You can, wherever you want to use Ali. So once you do this one, what Ali will do, it will start tracking your end users, like how they are interacting with the system, how they are behaving with the system, etc. So our data part is completed. Like I have imported the data. So we'll just check out how the sample data looks like. So let's say I click on media and entertainment. So to view the data, you can click on any one of the data set. So I will come basically fall on this landing page. So here. So here there are three types of data that you can see: user data, product, and behavioral data. So whatever data you might you'll be sending us, or will be capturing it through the GS code, it will be published over here. So what we need to do, like we are not having any restriction of the metadata that would be sent to us, but to uniquely identify user ID. So what we need to do is we need to map it to the user ID over here. So basically, if you're not sending us the user ID with this name, and let's say it's not user ID, it's customer ID, for example. So what you need to do, like for Ali to understand that customer ID is the user ID, here you need to come here, click on the user ID so that it gets selected. Of course, it's selected. Of course, it's on staging. So we are working on this. Again, the same thing, like if there is username, you come here and you select the username part. So that's done. Similarly, for the product part, when you do, you have to also map the item ID to over here. So here movie ID is the item ID. So if I click here, I select the movie ID as item ID. Now I'll understand that I will consider movie ID as item ID. And the item name, if the like your title is the item name, I will click it over here. Of course, it is optional in nature, if you are providing it, so that it will help you to make a better visualization in the output section. So that if you do not know the item ID, if you know the item name, you can just filter it down based on the item name and what it is recommended. So that will see it in the output section. Then what you need to do, you need to select the data type for each of the things. Of course, here it is selected. Let's say float string. Now it's done. I have selected the data type part, everything. Of course, we are also working on the NLP so that all these data types can automatically be detected and automatically it can be, filtered out over here so that you don't have to do all this manual task over here. So once that is done, I'll go to the next step. It's basically a 4-step process. First part is the data part, where you are uploading the data, setting up the minor configurations, and then you are coming on to the algorithm selection part. In the algorithm selection part, like I already said, we have various kind of algorithms already in place, like other users choice, like how other users are interacting, like which are the most viewed items based on that you want to recommend, or how the user is interacting with the system based on that you want to recommend, or what items has been recently added, like the last 7 days you want to recommend, or what items has been most purchased, or similar kind of recommendations. Or we have been, we are working on this new algorithm, that is the specialization algorithm, which is a combination of all these, which can detect what type of algorithm is best suited for the end user. It picks up that one and it starts basically recommending based on that. So based on the history and how the user is interacting, it channels the algorithm in a similar fashion so that it can deliver a better experience to the end user. So post that, we'll come on to the filter and conditions part. Of course, like the data is selected, I have chosen an algorithm. Now I want to add a filter. If it's obviously optional, if you do not want to add a filter, it's okay. If you want to add a filter, it's definitely okay. So let's say I'm adding a filter. So like I have chosen my data type is related to media and entertainment industry. So what I want is that the items or the content that would be displayed to the end users the rating should be greater than let's say 3. So I'll just select like the rating greater than equal to 3. So now what it will do, like all the items whose rating will be greater than 3, it will start recommending. So based on that, because I know the data set, so that's why I'm telling you, like based on your business problem or conditions, you can apply it over here. There is no, limitation over here. So then I will click on proceed. Now my all part is set. Like I have uploaded the data, I have chosen an algorithm, I have applied the filters, and I am done. Now I will go to the output section. Now over here, I can view the output. Of course, it's taking a bit of time because the data is getting trained. So here you can see like it's simple flow, like for everyone. You upload your data, you upload your sample data or whatever, or if you want to try out this sample data that movie provides or that Ali provides, you can simply use this, no problem. You set up the algorithm. There is a whole set of algorithms that is there in place. You set up the condition if there is any. Then you come to the output to view the output. Now the output section, okay, what is not coming? Let me just refresh. Okay, let's go to output. Okay, now it's coming, I guess. So here, like I said, what's the benefit of mapping it to the user ID and username? Basically, you can just filter out based on the username. So let's say you know a particular user, you have a username history, and you just want to check how the recommendation is behaving. You just need to click on the username, search that, And for this user, what is and let's say for this item, what should be the recommendation output? If you select this thing and click on view output, then Ali will start fetching the results based on the filtration. So here basically this is the response that I'm getting. Of course, it's not clear. Of course, we are working on to add a preview button over here so that you this JSON format output is not much clear. In the preview section, what you can do is you can generally view the output in a better condition. It will be just single line for any layman terms to understand. So this is the whole process. The whole process is complete. You can upload your data. You can check the recommendation over here only, and you do not have to worry about any such kind of integration. Then come the analytics part. Here in the analytics, we are showing like what are the total recommended items, what are the items we do the users. Of course, we are adding few more analytics that we are currently working, and that will be added over here. All those new metrics, it can be viewed by you, and you can make a better visibility. And of course, we are also adding the download feature so that you can download the reports and share it across your organization for other purposes. So here what you need to do is you need to navigate to each of the data set and how it is behaving. You can check it out. So that's it. Like you can see, it's a very simple demo. Like it just took me 5 to 10 minutes to explain this. Anyone can use this one. No, there is nothing rocket science in it to learn about it. So that's the part of the webinar that I was talking about. So then let's go back to our presentation slide. I'm about to complete my presentation for today. So before I complete, let me just talk you about our company, that is Movie. It was founded in 2011 with headquarters in New York, and currently the development office is in India. So we are working from here. And of course, our main flagship product is Movie, with a vision that was there to build video and audio streaming market for any customer who want to build their own streaming industry kind of thing, be it like similar to Netflix or Prime or something. Apart from that, we have other products, like other 9 different good products, and many more are there in our pipeline that you can obviously visit in our website and check out all the other products that we are offering. So that's all about Ali, the recommendation, the about Movie, our company. So that's all about it for the webinar. So if you have any questions, of course you are already running late. So if you have any question, feel free to ask now. Like I'll try to answer any of your questions and queries. So I'll just go to the chat section. Please drop a message on the chat. Okay. If you're using Movie as a OTT partner, would we be able to export this type of data? Yes. So basically, we have a feasibility in Movie that you don't have to export the data. What you need to do is, like, we have Ali as an extension on our Movie platform that you can enable. The data would automatically be flushed into Ali, and you can do all these configuration settings over here, so that based on that, the items will be recommended to you. Okay. So if anyone has any other questions, you can just ask me right now. Or if you have any other doubt, you can just ping to marketing@themovie.com with your question, and definitely we will respond you. Okay, can we customize the analytics or add more paras? Yes, definitely. We can customize the analytics, whatever new requirements you have. Like if something is missing from Ali, we can definitely work on that and add it to the store. That's no problem, not a problem for us. You can definitely do that. Okay, I got only 2 questions. Go on, guys, ask more questions. We'll wait for 1 more minute. It's already 4 minutes past, so we'll wait for 1 more minute. We'll take up the new question if there is any. Else, if you do not have any questions, no problem. You can definitely ask your questions to us. And definitely, once we launch the new product to the market, we'll roll out the emails to everyone. So that you would be able to get an idea that yes, we have launched the market, you can try out our product. And of course, I will be also making a different help video on how to use L, so that you'll be able to use that as a reference point while interacting with Ali. So that would be helpful for you. Okay, so it's time's up, I guess. So if you have any question, you just can write to us, write to marketing@movie.com, or you can go to our website, raise a ticket, no problem. So thank you all for joining the webinar. I hope everyone is doing good. Stay safe, stay strong. So thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.